What's up, everybody? Happy birthday to me. It is the not the weekly ritual, but it is our live stream event. I'm celebrating my birthday, and I thought I would jump online and shoot the breeze with anybody who wanted to talk about music stuff. There's some donation links in the description if you want to shoot me some change. I'll donate it back to Ghost Cult and all our activities here. If you like what we do, thanks for helping us. I thought I would celebrate with a little funfetti. That worked out pretty well, about as well as I expected. Um, hey, my best friend is here, Curtis Dunlap. What's up, brother? Yeah, it's a Tuesday. I clicked my mouse. I worked all day on some stuff, and I'm gonna have some chow after this, and then go to see Dark Tranquillity and Amorphous. So definitely a can't miss tour. Right down the block from my house at the DNA Lounge. 1 year ago today, I was in Chicago for Riot Fest wearing the same shirt and probably these wristbands, and having a damn good time. Once again, thanks to everybody who's here already. I appreciate y'all. I'm not sure. I plan for this to be, it could be an hour. Depends on how much conversation is had here. Good to see some of you jumping in on TikTok. Thank you very much. And like I said, feel free to give us a super chat or a super like or a super thanks, whatever they're called, over on YouTube and some other links we have in the description. I'm going to drink a beer because I can have a rare beer for my special day. Having a Dale's Pale Ale. I'm going to finger fudge pour this into the glass. If you know what the finger fudge pour is, I salute you. I have a beer and metal podcast, also called the Glacially Musical Podcast. I'm the co-host of with Nick Cameron, and we drink beers and we talk about vinyl and stuff like that. But this is not our usual thing. That was fun. I have the weekly ritual there from last week. That's fun. I didn't have the correct one. I need to bring in the correct. I have a slide that I wanted to share, but maybe I didn't upload the correct one. That's pretty funny. I did the weekly ritual one. And let's see what I did here. I did the right one. But yeah, I'm like Jeff Goldblum in Thor Ragnarok. It's my birthday. Oh, Mother Glory. It's a crazy time in the world. It's a crazy time in America. It's a crazy time in everybody else's life. So I just thought I would jump on here and hang out. We'll see if people want to show up and talk and ask questions. Cool. I see Arabella Sparkles is here. Thanks for being here. Vlad Scorches the Earth 99 is also here. It's a very ominous name. What up, Jim? What is up? Just hanging out for my birthday. I hope you're good, bro. I'd like to catch up with you at some point on the phone one of these weekends and talk turkey. So yeah, I did make this little thing here. Let's see. Oh, StreamYard, the very cool experience. Hey, look at that. I made a little thing. It's kind of fun. Red is here. I don't know if it's Red the person or Red the band. Red the band is pretty good. But yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to do the damn thing. Another year around the sun, as the Mastodon song goes. And yeah, just I feel very fortunate to do what I do here and appreciate the support of many others. But tell me what's new with you. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you checking out? New music. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much. Again, a little unexpected. I lightly promoted this thing, and again, we'll see how long we'll be on for. But for now, I'm gonna just hang out and shoot the shit and drink this beer. So I don't get to have a lot of beers. I drink very few beers now compared to this time last year. I think even this time last year, I wasn't drinking that much. I was like slowing it down, and I was in Chicago, and the festival was very hot. Third day of the festival, it rained pretty bad, and then it kind of stopped being muggy, and it was just kind of overcast and even a little chilly. The after rain chills in the Windy City. But Yeah, this time last year I was in on the East Coast visiting, and I had gone to Riot Fest, which was amazing. And we'll be covering that again this weekend. As usual, people know the weekly ritual. It'll be about this time on Thursday, and we'll go through all the things, all the drama of the week, all the news stories, all the new releases, all the interviews we have coming, all the festivals. We are covering so many festivals this weekend. It's insane. And concerts and tours. Actually, I think tonight, yep, new Dave Gilmour is very good. I'm still trying to work on a review of it. Um, it's weird that like a Pink Floyd record has come out in the time that I've done. I don't really count the Endless River. Hey, it says here, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for your message today. It was beautiful and wonderful. I really appreciate it. It made me feel warm and fuzzy in the cold black heart here. I'm a little hoarse. I went extremely hard at karaoke last night doing a bunch of metal songs, and today my throat is feeling it. Don't do White Zombie at like 1 in the morning if you know what's good for you. If you have to talk the next day, like I do. But thank you. I much appreciate you. Yeah, festivals. We're covering all the things. I was just looking at there's a picture of me from my birthday that it says here on the comments in Instagram that she made for me at Chicago Open Air, and I'm eating like a boat of nachos while Slayer is playing behind me. And it's like to me, it's funny. I don't know why it's funny. It's just funny. It's probably the only time I've ever seen Slayer where I wasn't directly watching the stage the whole time. But yeah, it was good times. This last year's been crazy. Mr. Ed. Oh, I don't know about that. Wilbur. Mr. Eddie, like Van Halen, but not really. Yeah, Chicago is terrific. It was a great time last year at this time. Then I did another trip to St. Louis to see Metallica. I believe we're going to get like an impending. Thank you, Arabella. I believe we're going to get an impending Metallica announcement Thursday, tomorrow or Thursday, where they're going to announce a headline tour for 2025 as well as major festivals, which I think is fun. And I thought they would kind of take the year off to make a record, but I guess not. Maybe it's possible they've already been working on a new record since they made the last one kind of in secret over a few years. But I would love for them to obviously come back and tour more. I did not get to see them this year unless they announced something else, like a secret show or something. But yep, Chicago Open Air was so much fun. I'm sorry that it didn't work out for them to keep bringing it back. I do think Chicago's got like a couple of smaller metal festivals. The Heavy Chicago is coming in early November. I believe we're going to try to cover that. And they have Full Terror Assault Festival, which does have some great bands. We haven't quite got down there. It's in southern Illinois on the Indiana border. So it's that's a Salukis country there for southern Illinois, the Salukis. And it's a little tough to get to unless you drive. But yeah, I did like Chicago Open Air. It was a Danny Wimmer festival. It was done really well. I had a lot of fun there. I met Ricky Rackman there and told him what a fan I was. And then I interviewed him later, which was great a couple of years later. And wearing my favorite shirt, my Hawaiian shirt, which was a birthday present 2 years ago. And it's just so wild to me. The passage of time is crazy. And I've been thinking a lot about that. What do we do with the time we have? It's really precious. It's the thing you can't make more of. You definitely can't get any of it back. So I think about, just trying to make the best use of the time I have here and, uplift all the bands that I can, do all the interviews I'm capable of doing within reason. I had one today, speaking of Chicago. I interviewed Scott Lucas of the Local H, legendary Chicago alternative rock band. They have been pretty much a DIY band for the last 20 years. And everybody knows they're Down for the Floor song and those couple of records in the mid-90s. But they've been making music pretty consistently the whole way. They got a new remastered reissue album out today of their 20-year-old album, Whatever Happened to PJ Souls. Really great record. I had a fun chat with him while he was on the road, Scott, and he's going to be also doing festivals like Louder Than Life and Aftershock, which will be at both of those, I believe, and maybe, and definitely Louder Than Life. And you know, it's life's going to keep getting tougher. You got to just do what you love and try to make it the best you can, and not let people impede on your happiness. I appreciate everybody on TikTok kind of dropping in little gems and jewels. Thank you guys. Appreciate you, guys and gals and theys and thems. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, what's up? I see some people I know. Thank you. Chi is here. I like your band a lot, sir. And I always appreciate the camaraderie in social media and stuff like that. But yeah, just use the time you have wisely. You can't make more of it. It's the one thing you can make. You can get back something else. So if you spend your time, as best you can. Don't waste it. We want to be here as long as possible and have as much fun as possible and do all the things we're meant to do within reason. As far as as long as you don't hurt someone else, and you having a good time, can't be that bad. I never understood why, for some people to have a good time, they have to ruin someone else's time. The internet seems to be built for this. It's kind of shitty, but it just kind of is what it is. But we're here doing all the things. Shout out to StreamYard once again. We've been using StreamYard for over a year now, and it's this really cool platform that allows us to stream this in multiple places at once: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram in particular, with this exact view. Obviously, I'm also just hanging out on TikTok, and also can watch myself on Instagram on another device. I think eventually they will get TikTok on here. I know for all of you on TikTok, I know the government is still threatening to shut down TikTok, but honestly, TikTok is ready to move on. If they get shut down in the US, which I still don't think is going to happen, social media is my regular day job, and I don't think they're going to get shut down. I think what would happen is they will just pivot to a new type of app. Hey, Murloc Lives is here. What's up, Murloc? I believe that's Taylor. What up, buddy? I do believe that if TikTok gets shut down, they will pivot to a new service they have ready to go, literally in the app store. It's not there yet, but they'll just press fire and do the thing. And they will launch what amounts to less videos and more of a music service, like a competitor to Spotify. And you'd be surprised. I think there's an audience for people for, TikTok with less dances and more music and more sound effects and more sounds and GIFs and videos and things you can make. Nuclear Savior is also watching this video. Hello, friend. Good to see you again. My brain keeps wanting to say Serpent Conjuration, but that's not your screen name anymore. But you'll always be Serpent Conjuration to me, Nuclear Savior. But anyway, yeah, we're just here hanging out today. Only to celebrate the evacuation of my mama's vagina of me 52 years ago. Fun fact: my mom was born at like 7:30 at night, and my mom would like at 7:31 or so p.m. every year on my birthday, she'd scream at the top of her lungs, like, and laugh hilariously and hysterically. That was kind of a fun memory. Yeah, so fun times. If you still got your folks, hug them and keep them close. If you don't have your folks, you keep them close here. Keep them close here. I don't have mine anymore, but I think about them all the time. And hopefully I'm not too broken from all that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's reached out today. Message in a bottle, carrier pigeon, text message, text me, social media, whatever. I'm getting kind of sick of social media, to be honest with you. Getting ready to, I can't get off of it, but I don't want to be on it anymore. Hey, Stephanie Mari Montoya is here. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you very much for wishing me good wishes. It's much appreciated. I'll eventually get back to everybody. I like to respond to every single person that does take the time to message me. it's hard. It's hard in a day to remember everybody, and you maybe even took a day off from social media, and that happened to be my day or someone else's day. You don't have to take it personally. It's cool. Um, it's not the end of the world. So, yep. Jay Chavez 37 is here. What up, Jay? Um, but yeah, if you got any, like, we're not quite doing our weekly show. That'll be in another couple of days around this time. We're already prepping that show. But, it's already been an interesting week. The news cycle is 24/7 nonstop here. Uh, it's hard to keep up with. Luckily, I have a lot of help. I didn't do this myself. I have a lot of people who are involved helping me. And I shout them out on the regular because it's appreciated that they're needed to help. I can't do it alone as much as I would like to clone myself and try. Nick Tomberlin 28 is here. I wish I could make some clones of me and get some help. Then one of me could stay here and write. One person could go do adulting Keith stuff. One person could go to the show. I'm going to later on. But yeah, fun. That's all we're doing here. But let me know what your next thing is. What's your next concert? What's your next album you're looking forward to? What's your next festival? What if you don't have any of those things? What's your next album coming out that you're looking forward to? What are you reading? What are you listening to? I'm curious about people. I'm interested in what people are doing. And even when I go on vacation and travel places, I don't always do just a touristy thing. I want to see how people live. I want to know how they live and what they're doing. So yeah, that's how real people do. That's what they do. So I'm curious about the human condition. That's what I do. Um, oh, so exciting, Corn. Yeah, I'm very excited about that tour. Waiting to hear if we're covered for that tour or not in another day or two out here on the East Coast. And then, of course, the big Corn 30th anniversary and Gojira, one of the best bands to do it. I hope they're going to play that new song from the Olympics live because that was a lot of fun. And then, Corn celebrating 30 years of their debut album. They're going to do a big. It's interesting. One thing that I talk about on the show, and just in general, when we talk about like who's the next Metallica, who's the next Slipknot, and I don't know if anybody can do it because I was like, who's going to get that big? But I saw today that Deftones announced a big headline tour for 2025, and it's all arenas, and like major basketball and hockey arenas, and it's about 25 or 30 of them over 2 months. So I was like, oh, that is super cool that they did that big show here in San Francisco with System of a Down, and about 50,000 plus people came. And there was definitely a lot of people that wanted more tickets than that got shut out, but they can only accommodate so many safely in that little space in the park in San Francisco in the soccer field. But props to Deftones for being out. I'm sure I'll talk about this already. Saucy the drummer is here. Hey, Saucy the drummer. I'm sure I'll be talking about it again in a couple of days about the Deftones tour. But like that's super impressive that Deftones could book an entire arena tour. Their new record is not yet announced. They haven't put out a record in a while now, but like since 2020. But they've been building to this. Korn booked the soccer stadium in LA. I don't know if Korn could do a whole arena tour by themselves. Maybe. I think Deftones are a little more popular than Korn these days because of TikTok and things like that. But it'd be super cool. Thank you, Arabella. I appreciate you. It'd be super cool if Korn could do it. I don't know who else is out there that can do it. Ghost has done a handful of arena shows. Maybe they could do it in America. And like these arenas, I would say like a lot of times when a metal band or a rock band does the arenas, they're not expecting them to sell every seat. They're expecting them to, like maybe they'll just block out the top rows and then just have the floor and the lower ring. But actually, I think Deftones could probably sell out the whole arena in most places, and I think they will actually. I bet that tour is going to be a sellout. Obviously, we can no conversation about concerts and concert happenings and tours can be had without talking about how awful Ticketmaster is. We've been covering this for a long time. Ghost Cult used to take advertising money from Live Nation, not shy about that. They paid well for ads on our site, but we had giveaways with them and contests and stuff. But you know, it's people are getting creamed, and that's why some people are go like some tours do well and some don't. Some people are going out less than they used to because they can't afford these high prices, or they can pick and choose. They can go to one festival or go to a few shows. They can't go to every single shows. A lot of people don't have a high level of income right now, so it's challenging. Um, you know, it's just challenging. So I'm appreciative. I root for the best in all these cases. A couple of bands, I talked to Local H today at a co-headline tour booked with Helmet, and Helmet felt like they couldn't go live. Um, Helmet felt like they couldn't do the tour, and so Local H is a huge record to promote this reissue. That's a big deal to them. So they had to quickly book another tour, and they literally jumped in a van. It's two guys and their gear in a van. This is a band that's been around for almost 40 years. They've been popular for 30. Arabella Sparkles asks on TikTok if I could go to any show, what show? That would always be Pink Floyd, which we will never see again because they're retired. Maybe David Gilmour solo, although less excited than perhaps the whole Pink Floyd, or Tool, because those are my favorite bands. And obviously Metallica, every time, anytime. I have now seen Green Purple Unicorn is here. I've now seen Metallica more than any other band. It's kind of crazy. It was Slayer before they retired. I'd seen Slayer the most, especially the last like 15 years of Slayer when they started doing a lot of festivals like Mayhem Fest and the Danny Wimmer festivals. They just popped up everywhere I was. They were there. And then I saw that farewell tour like 5 times. I went every chance that I could to that farewell tour. Pennsylvania with Curtis, Connecticut with my good buddy Dan Christian from Boston, New York City, Connecticut. I went, and then I saw them. I think I saw them at a festival in Pennsylvania, in Philly, or outside of Philly, Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia, Philly, Philadelphia. But yeah, those 3 are my top 3. Faith No More, if they would ever come back again, they were incredible. Sleep is one of my favorite bands ever. My vest is on the bed behind me with the back patch showing. So my top left hand patch right here on my vest is Sleep. Stephanie writes, Melvins are the band I've seen the most. I've seen Melvins like 30 times also, Slayer and Rush. Oh, I miss Rush so much, and I wish I had gone to that last Rush tour. It's funny. We were talking about it on the Glacially Musical podcast last week about Rush, and my partner was talking about Rush's farewell tour. They really didn't do one because the only person that knew that Neil Peart was ill was Neil. He didn't tell anyone. I might have told the band guys, but it was very even that last tour where they were killing it, he was very sick with cancer. He had brain cancer, and he already knew he was wouldn't be able to play much longer. So he knew it was their last tour. No one else knew. And I just assumed like Rush comes every 2 years. I'll go next time. And, they never came back. I'd seen Rush like 20 times. So I wasn't really, it's not like I missed out. I saw them. But it's a bummer that I didn't go the last time. And then, yeah, Melvins, I've seen a ton, or Melvins adjacent. And I've definitely seen most of the Melvins configurations and tours. They tour so much, you can just always count on them coming back. I know Dale had some health issues last year. He is apparently back to 100%. So Dale Crover of Melvins. And what I expect is Melvins is going to play out the rest of this year. King Buzzo and Trevor Dunn are going to Europe now. I reviewed that show on the site not too long ago. And then Dale Crover's got a solo album out, and he's opening for Red Cross as well as playing in Red Cross. Stephen McDonald is also in his band. Is Red Cross is his band with his twin brother. And so I think next year, I'm sure we're going to get another Melvins record probably early in the year, and then another year-long tour because that's kind of what they do all the time. I was really hoping that Melvins would get to tour this current album, Tarantula Heart, with Gary on guitar and Roy Mayorga on drums. Roy is busy when he's not with Ministry, which he's not right now. He's been on tour with Jerry Cantrell in his band. Roy is the busiest guy in music, one of them, along with John Freese, my homie there from former Ghost Cult interviewee Josh Freese of Vandals and now of Foo Fighters, and formerly of a Perfect Circle still, and formerly of Nine Inch Nails, and formerly of 100 Bands. And I'm a big Josh Freese fan. Devo, I saw him with Devo on my birthday 4 years ago, 3 years ago in LA. That was kind of fun. That was also the farewell tour for Devo. They're still kind of touring here and there, but they're kind of slowing down to a crawl. And they're probably going to stop soon. Thank you, whoever sent the top tier crystal. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Mary Go Lightly is here. Cool name, Mary Go Lightly. Yeah, Melvins are great. I saw Melvins a ton. Yeah, just always been a big Melvins fan. I did karaoke on a theme last night where I did only New York bands or bands formed in New York. So I did Anthrax and Life of Agony, which I totally ate shit when I tried to do Life of Agony. Mina's voice is so special and unique. I really struggled. Prong, that was really good. White Zombie, Helmet. So yeah, I've seen all those bands a ton of times. I've seen Anthrax probably the third or fourth most. I've seen Seven Dust 30 plus times. You know, I'm not the coolest. I'm just old, and I started going to shows young. So I saw the classic rock bands back early in the day, and you know, lots of stuff. My phone is still blowing up with text messages, so sorry if I'm not responding as quickly on TikTok. But my cell phone has the TikTok feed, and I'm still getting like texts, which is fun. I thank you everybody. Appreciate you all. Yeah, Rush is one of the best ever. One of the absolute best ever to do it. Quite a few people are tuning in. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. Paula Meitzler is here. Hi, Paula. And yeah, if you're watching this and you're, enjoying this this handsome face and this Hawaiian shirt, check us out on our regular show on Thursday about this time, which is the weekly ritual, the Rock and Metal News live stream every week. Just for those that don't know, you might be new to us here. Ghost Cult since 2012 has been a daily news source for rock and metal news and all associated genres, interviews, concert reviews, album reviews. We've probably done the most album reviews of any website I can think of. As my alarm clock goes off to tell me to take your meds, Grandpa, it's dinner time. It's supper time at Denny's. It's 4:30 Pacific time. But my phone is like, take your medicine. I have my old guy pillbox right here. Pretty damn funny. I believe given to me by my buddy there, Omar Cordy, my partner at Ghost Cult here, my co-owner. Yeah, change is ever present. Life is always going. But yeah, shows, I'm going to a few less. I was going at one point like every day to a show, and now I'm just kind of dialing it back a little bit. But I saw Sunbomb and Darsombra last week with Veil. I was here in San Francisco at the Eagle down the block from my house. Sunbomb is kind of like a TJ the Juggalo Millennial is here. What's up, TJ? Sunbomb is like an instrumental stoner doom band that does soundtracks to movies. Like they'll make their own new soundtrack to a movie that's already existing. Kind of fun concept. They're okay. Big fan of Darsombra. I've interviewed them on our YouTube channel. Fun psychedelic, weird avant-garde group duo. They are crazy. The co-lead of the band writhed around on the floor a few times, and I was like, do you know how much cum and lube is on the floor of this leather club that normally doesn't have bands? Don't do that. Do you shower after the show? Do you wash yourself down with like an antibacterial wipe? Because this place is gross. I love it though. I love it, but it's gross. You have no idea what goes on. Unspeakable things I've seen in that place. I haven't done anything unspeakable, but I've seen unspeakable things. And then, let's see, Dark Tranquility and Amorphous tonight down the block from my house. So that's going to be great. I'm going right after this, after I eat dinner. And then Next week, I am going to the Sepultura farewell tour with Obituary. Somebody got me a ticket to that as a present, so I'm really excited to go. I did not want to miss them here in the Bay. Don't know. Like I said, I there are rumors that maybe offers are starting to come in, probably to Doomsday Prophet is here. What's up? There's rumors coming in that maybe Sepultura is going to get offered to come back, but like it's not going to be like Dillinger Escape Plan or Pantera big. Like I love Sepultura; they're one of my favorite bands ever. If Max and Igor came back with Andreas and Paulo, it'd be cool. I don't want them to shit on what they did with Derek and any other drummer. I know a lot of people want Max and Igor back. I don't. I mean, Max has said no for a long time, and honestly, I know Andreas kind of wants a break and like retire a little bit. He's been through a lot personally. His wife died last year, and I think he wants to just kind of step back and do other music and other things and be a family guy and focus on his family for a minute. But I can see it being a big deal, like huge European festival headline dates, headline tour of America festivals, metal festivals, maybe not even metal festivals, rock festivals. Maybe they would get to do like, Coachella. I don't know. Like, but I don't know that it's going to pay incredibly much better than both those bands, Max and his brother are doing Cavalera, Igor and Max, as well as, versus the theaters that Sepultura is playing in. I don't know that they're going to do necessarily more money reuniting. And, it has to be right as friends. They did not part as friends, especially Max and the other guys. And, people forget that Igor was in Sepultura for 10 more years without Max. So I don't think he talks much about that time because he's focusing on the now, but all these things would need to get reconciled to get you can't just because a reunion sounds good on paper, like My Chem and things like that, because the fans want it. I made an educated wish. It's not enough. It has to make sense for the people involved. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I've been able to have interviews with Max and interviews with the other Sepultura guys, and there's never been an issue like, oh, you were favoring them or something like that. And I have great rapport with Max and Gloria, and as well as Igor and Richie and the other Igor. So like that camp has been friendly with me and fans of ours. And hey, Brooklyn Miss, thank you. This is my favorite shirt. This is my Hawaiian shirt that I always wear to special occasions, hot dates, and my birthday. I wore it to see STP live recently, and Our Lady Peace, which was great. What a great show that was. A lot of nostalgia there. But yeah, this is fun. This is my fun uniform. I'll probably take it off to go to the metal show later and put my vest on and a band t-shirt. But thank you so much. I appreciate you, Brooklyn Miss. It's always great to see you here. I'll be back here on Thursday at about this time to shoot the shit, cover the news, talk about everything we're doing. But yeah, wild day, wild week in the world, wild week in business. Harold was here for a second. West Not West, Dirt Rider. Everybody passing through on TikTok. TikTok is the great train station of social media. Like people just whip through. Sometimes they stay. Sometimes they just whip through. Oh, this beer's good. I don't have a lot of beer, so I'm enjoying this beer heavily. And I think Glacially Musical is not, we're not recording tomorrow, so we're going to record Thursday. It's still going to go up the regular time for everybody, but we're not going to do it until Thursday. So probably do the Glacial Musical podcast, go right into doing the ritual, and then, buzz back. I'm still trying to fill in and fit in some other content, some other streaming content, reviews and such. It's just time, making the time. The setup doesn't change much. I've been watching some interesting YouTube videos about how to like grow your channel and just like change your setup, experiment. It's like I don't have much room here to move stuff around. I could do some different camera angles, but that's about it. Yeah, we've done 4 years of the weekly ritual. We've been doing video interviews since 2017. A couple of them have gone viral. We're about to hit 100,000 on our interview with Lung, which is insane on YouTube. If you count views from other sources, probably close to 100,000. Our next biggest interview is Fat Mike of NoFX, who gave me a hard time for being a metalhead, but ended up liking me in the end. It was a fun interview. And then our third biggest interview is, our second biggest interview is Jinx Dawson of Coven, which was amazing. I'm a huge Coven fan, and she was fantastic. And, people don't know, Jinx Dawson is the one who taught the devil horns to Ronnie James Dio, by the way. She has stories upon stories, and she was like, "You're the first interviewer to really ever ask me about being a singer and not about how many guys I've been with or what was Rod Stewart like to date and this and that." And I was like, "Well, I care about the music. I'm here for the music. We inspire the music," to quote Almost Famous, which I'm probably going to watch at some point today because it is one of my favorite movies. As well as all the Hannibal Lecter movies. I already started my spooky movie watching for Halloween. I'm into the spirit already. Last year I wasn't feeling it. I had a friend of mine pass away right around this time, and I was like not into it. But this year I'm full bore into the scary movies. And Long Legs I saw recently, which was really great. Maxine was really great in the movies. So there's a bunch of stuff I want to see. That looks pretty cool. And just music. Like I said, we are covering four metal festivals this weekend. There are so many metal festivals like the next 4 or 5 weeks that it's like it's shocking and awesome that there's enough people to support them all. And obviously Riot Fest is not heavy metal only. They happen to have like a very metal Sunday with Slayer and Rob Zombie and Lamb of God and Mastodon. But it's, Riot Fest is mostly a punk fest and an indie rock, alternative rock fest with a little bit of hardcore and metal. But it's really cool that they leaned into the metal, which they booked Slayer, and then they leaned into the metal, which I think is great. And they do have great heavy bands, and I had a great time there last year. I just sent like a little mission statement to my team covering it, and I've been in constant contact with them, getting them prepped for the fest. We are also covering Knotfest Iowa this week, which is insane and much appreciated. We've covered a bunch of Knotfests all over the world. We are also covering New England Metal and Hardcore Festival, which we gave away tickets to. Pretty great. And then also we are doing Metal Injection Fest this weekend to support our peers who have been around for 20 years. Metal Injection Ghost Cult has been around for 12 this October. Our anniversary is less than a month away, which is wild. Just wild. We should do something for that. We are doing a contest for Glacially Musical. If you guys want to go over there, if you can't donate any money, feel free to go over to Glacially Musical on YouTube and give a sub, or go over to wherever you listen to podcasts and give us a 5-star review if you like it. Only if you like it, not because you like me. Do it because you like it. But we're going to give away some vinyl. We're going to do a vinyl giveaway with 2 grand prize winners on that jammy. And also, in addition to new stickers and magnets, how do they work? We made these fun Ghost Cult keychains. They're a little big. I thought they were going to be smaller. You catch it there, but yeah, it's the Ghost Cult Culty. We started affectionately calling our mascot logo Culty. I don't know if people remember, Ghost Cult was formed in the Doomsday year of 2012, and our original co-owner had some like Mayan roots, and so he he picked this guy up from a piece of clip art, and then he sort of took the clip art and drew around it and embellished it and did interesting things with it. And then we did like a little rebrand in 2020 because we had time on our hands. So we paid Sludgework, the great Meg from the UK, to do a redesign of our whole logo, not just our logo font, but our logo image, our crest. And I'd like to get hats and patches and shirts soon, but like we're slowly building up an army of little tchotchkes, not chakis, but tchotchkes. And it's pretty high quality. It's like if you ever had shop in junior high school and you had like a plastic shop and you made those little like plastic name tags and keychains. I'm probably dating myself. Curtis knows what I'm talking about. Mr. Lerner's class at junior high school 135, where we made all the plastic stuff. This is very similar without the engraving. This is very similar. It's pretty high quality. I'm not going to lie. Like obviously it's printed and then it's like, fused into this, glued onto this plastic thing. So it's pretty sturdy. This little latch here is kind of plasticky. So like the ring is metal, obviously, like most keychains, but this little hasp and clasp here is plastic. So I'd be a little concerned about that putting too many keys on this thing. But like a whole janitor amount of keys is probably not right for you, but pretty neat. I think it's pretty fun. It's fun. Yeah, I think Kurt remembers Mr. Lerner, right? And then the woodshop teacher in my junior high school tried to ball my mom. She tried to bang my mom. My mom was a widow, and or not quite a widow, but she was separated from my dad. And my mom, she came to like open school night for a teacher parent conference, and he like asked my mom out, and she said yes. That's not creepy whatsoever. And he totally had like a panel van, like a serial killer with a waterbed and blacked out windows. I was like, he once picked me up from community theater group with some friends to drive us home with my mom in the front seat. And I was like, does he fucking this thing? Like, not even thinking about my mom, but I was like, does he fuck people in this bed instead of a back seat? He has a bed back here with no back seats in a panel van. What else does he do? He puts the lotion in the basket. Anyway, my mind goes to dark places, unfortunately. It goes to really dark places. But it's all good. It's all good. What's everybody doing in mid-September? NFL season is here. Giants already 0-2. Holy shit, they suck. People are calling for the coach to be fired. People are calling a trade for a QB. Brutal. Just brutal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is hockey. That's my question about the NFL. What is hockey? And the Knicks look like they're going to be good this year, so that's kind of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just a crazy day with a lot of stuff going on this week. Yeah. You know, just crazy times. Alex Carbajal is here on TikTok. Hi, Alex. Corey Westbrook passed by. Hey, Corey. I hope you're doing well. You are fantastic. I was just talking about all the festivals and things we're going to be covering this year with Ghost Cult. Don't know if you're going to any personally. I know you're very busy. Right now I'm not. I might get to Aftershock, but right now it's up in the air. But I would really like to make it to Aftershock. But yeah, that's we're closing in on an hour. Savior is here with an X. Hey, Curtis is here. What's up? That's funny. Corey popped in on TikTok, and now Curtis is here on Instagram. What's up, Curtis? It is, I was saying earlier about time and thinking about the time you have and what to do with it. Like no matter how hard it is out there, like it's gonna get better. I'm living proof that you can get to the bottom, and you think there can't be a worse bottom than this, and it does get better. I've been there, and I feel very lucky today to be around and be able to have some fun and jump on here with y'all and shoot the shit and talk about stuff that we're doing positively for basically a volunteer workforce and a thing that barely breaks even. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate you. I know you're so busy. Are you going to a show? I'm going to a show after this, Curtis. Yeah, of course. Love you, Kurt. Love you, Kurt, and your side comments and side texts. I appreciate you. Nick Kanikos, I'm looking at you. You can't possibly still be alive because he was like 50 or 60 in 1986, 87. So he definitely cannot possibly still be, maybe still alive. I don't know. Greek genes, maybe. But that was the guy who was my woodshop teacher. Woodshop. Just like it sounds. Creepy. I don't know why I thought about that. I just did. But anyway, we're here. Like I said, we're here to uplift the scene. I met some fellows at karaoke last night, and they were doing like uh, Yola Tango and Swans covers, but they were heavily into like hardcore and death metal, extreme doom metal. And one guy had a Sun hoodie on, and I was like, oh, I normally don't hold myself out in social situations, but here's my card that I happen to have, and here's what I do. I interview bands, and um, I have a funny Swan story not to tell today, but another time. I'm trying to keep it light and have a good time, but I definitely have some fun stories about swans. And Sun. I photographed Sun at the Coolidge Corner Theater in Brookline, Mass, where I used to live. And at one point, I lived in Boston and in Brookline, Mass. And Sun comes in, and it's like instrumental doom metal. Like they do call themselves light metal sometimes, which is funny instead of black metal. Um, and they have the fog machine going for hours and hours, and it fills the whole venue up with smoke. You barely can see the players, and they're all wearing cloaks in the fog, and then they're playing, and like dry ice in the fog had like condensated all over everything in the place. And they asked that we not stand up and take pictures. I was like, no one can see the band anyway through the fog, but they were like, could you crouch down and take photos of them? So I was like, one of the worst photo experiences I ever had as a concert photographer. I did about 10 years as a concert photographer, maybe 11. Was not that good. Hey, Southeast of Heaven is here. Hello, sir. You might have just seen the Slayer roundtable we did with Southeast of Heaven, and Gail Worley of the Worley Gig, and Ken Pierce of Piercing Metal, Peter Wilson of Four Trips Ahead, and a couple others. And yeah, I photographed Sun. It was crazy. None of the photos came out. It was just smoke. It was just like a fog. And no skill in terms of shooting. I can shoot, like shooting low light is hard enough. Shooting in no light with fog is crazy. See also most black metal shows and Foreigner. That is correct, Southeast of Heaven. And last night, a friend of mine at karaoke did I Want to Know What Love Is, and he was like, I didn't really know the song, and I was like, neither does whoever is singing Foreigner. Don't worry about it. You do about as well as them. Yep, Holder is there Sunday, and then Mortis. We have an interview coming out with Mortis tomorrow. That's super interesting. And Holder, I saw earlier in the year, and they were certainly one of the best bands I've seen. Yeah, of course, I died laughing as soon as my friend was like, I'm going to do Foreigner. I've never done this song before. I was like, don't worry about it. Neither is the rest of that band. Raquel Villarare is here. Hello, hello. But yeah, just hanging out on my B-Day, celebrating and having a good time. Just chop it up. Everybody. I'm probably going to go soon because I need to go have some chow and then go to the show at the DNA Lounge near my house. And sad to say, having left New York, I am a pizza snob, and I don't want the pizza from DNA Lounge. The hardest shit I ever had to shoot with gore. Yeah, gore is impossible. You had to use one of those camera condoms. And yeah, definitely. I've been there. I've shot gore quite a few times. I shot gore at the infamous. So there was a period of time in Boston where moshing was banned because of all things flogging Molly. Somebody got hurt in the mosh pit at flogging Molly, and Boston outlawed moshing. So then gore plays not in one of the typical venues for rock and metal. They played at the Wang Theater, which has like comedy specials and theater and dance recitals. So it's all like velvet and gold leaf and fancy, and they just styrened the entire place with the wrap, the saran wrap over everything. Like every surface was covered, and then they just plastered these like moshing is forbidden in the city of Boston. Do not mosh. And of course, the gore fans moshed, and security was threatening to throw them out. And I think eventually they just quit trying to throw out fans, which is really funny. Cheers to gore. Gore is on tour tonight. Our buddy Nick Cameron is gonna cover gore in St. Louis. And then maybe we'll catch the tour again later in the year. They're also touring with Dark Funeral. Athens, I assume you mean Athens, Georgia, in 1990 when they got arrested for obscenity. That's crazy. That's right. That's it. I think that's in your book. That's a crazy story. Yeah, Gore walked so Slipknot could run and other bands could run. Probably a band like Ice Nine Kills could not exist today if Gore didn't happen first. Whatever you think about Ice Nine Kills, they are becoming a huge band. Hungarian Headbanger is here. What's up, sir? But yeah, I'm here if anybody's got any extra questions or last minute things they want to talk about. Otherwise, I'm gonna peace the fuck out. Testament, yeah, it's a Testament flag. Thank you. Concept Cafes coffee is here. Concept Cafes, I love your coffee. Concept Cafes was nice enough to send me the Ministry coffee and the Cannibal Corpse coffee. We did unboxing videos for that. We have a longer unboxing video in the works still for the Ministry coffee. You just released the Testament coffee, I saw, and some other stuff. I think there's also a Shutter horror coffee, maybe. Yep, Testament. But delicious coffee. The Ministry coffee was yummy, very dark and earthy. Dark roast coffee. Laughing Monkey coffee, specifically designed for Ministry fans and for the sick and twisted mind of Al Jorgensen, who's talking retirement. I hope he doesn't quit. Yeah, Concept Cafes, you do Chef's Kiss. Beautiful job, beautiful packaging, beautiful bag, beautiful presentation, gift box, just a first class everything. Just thank you so much for everything you do. We will get that content out at some point. The Ministry one is delicious. Lord and Furnace is here. Thank you, Brooklyn Miss. We'll see you maybe on Thursday. Yep, Ice Nine Kills is also made an announcement. Ice Nine Kills touring with Metallica and doing all the things. I remember when Ice Nine Kills was a ska band from Revere, Mass, and they were not very good. The punk rock scene, and especially the ska punk scene in Boston and New England, is strong. And Ice Nine Kills was like 20 years ago was one of those bands as teenagers and early 20-somethings. And then they sort of gravitated to metalcore and then over to sort of this horror-themed metal and rock. But I'm happy for them that they toured with Metallica. I'm sad their show, because of lightning, they didn't get to play their what amounts to their hometown show in Mansfield, Mass for the Boston date of the M72 tour. But, these things happen. They did very well for themselves. And I expect they'll continue to go up and up. They're doing the soundtrack theme song to the new Terrifier movie, the third Terrifier movie. So, yep. Oh, Concept Cafes, you're trying. You're doing more than trying. We appreciate you. Maybe we'll get together and do an interview at some point and talk about coffees and these brand collabos, because I'm super interested in that. I'm fascinated, actually, by it. I work in marketing and branding. Shinedown sent us their very delicious hot sauce, which I then also made some content for, but we're just backed up on everything right now. That's my partner who edits all. I don't edit. The one thing I don't do is edit video. And I stopped shooting bands. I stopped doing concert photography. But what I don't do is really edit video great. So my partner does all that. And I had to kind of move on to do other administrative things here for the company. So yeah, I'll talk to your publicist there, Metal Maria. Maybe we'll get together for an interview if you want to talk about the process. A former buddy of mine used to run a coffee factory, run production for a coffee factory. So I have seen the process of which coffee beans are roasted and made and flavored and all those things, for better or worse. And yeah, it's a whole new ball game now. But Alex is back. Hello, Alex. But yeah, Concept Cafes, shout out to you. Great stuff. I'm perpetually honored that people share stuff. I never take it for granted. I got, it's like that line in Almost Famous. It's like, you'll get free records from the record companies, but you never get paid much. And it's totally true. But I don't like lord that shit over anybody. Like if I get sent something, I don't, puff my chest out and be like, ooh, look what I did. Look at Who Wants to Touch Me. I heard the new Opeth. I have heard the new Opeth. It's great. But like Bob Loves Music. What's up, Bob? My man, right? But I don't gatekeep, I think, except for people with bad taste in music. And I don't act like I'm better than. I'm just doing my thing. Just doing my thing here. Yeah, I will hit up Maria. I love Maria. She's great on all fronts. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you, Don. You're too sweet. I don't know about great, but I don't feel too great, but I'm here. I'm kicking ass. I'm doing the damn thing. I feel like I'm meandering. So if nobody else has a burning question or any topic they want to hear me talk about, I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna go wrap things up here. And I'm gonna go change and put on the old battle vests right behind me. I haven't been wearing it much. And I have lost a couple of pounds. I've lost 16, 20 pounds. So I haven't been wearing it a lot though, but it definitely has fit me okay. It's more recently patched up and fixed up nice. And I was talking about my sleep patch before. We'll just show that off here, right there at the front there. This is like my prized possession of all my patches. Shut that damn dog up. I feel like Berkowitz suddenly. Dog. Anyway, also fun. The first time, the year that I like went out to play as a child was the Summer of Sam. Things that make you go, I wonder why I'm the way I am. Why am I this way? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But thanks for everybody tuning in. I really appreciate you all. And, thanks for spending this time with me. Again, I always say you can spend your time anywhere doing anybody. There's so many choices for podcasts and videos and bloggers and blogs and articles. And a certain number of people every week check our stuff out. And I'm just absolutely floored. And I thank you all. That's the best gift. Once again, there's links in the description if people want to chuck me some dough. But honestly, the best gift of all is your attendance here and just the participation every week by everybody on these things. It's not lost on me that you have a lot of options. But yeah, thanks everybody. And thanks for being here. We'll see you in a couple of days for the weekly ritual. Maybe I'll fit something else in here. There's a lot of good stuff going on. I would like to get to do video content on. I just haven't had enough time. But I'm going to try. I'm really going to try. I'm on Discord. All our posts, I think, go to Discord. Don, I'm not as active in there. Night Beers is here. What a cool name. I'm not as active in there. We were doing Reddit really hard, and we still post a lot on Reddit. But, I try not to be too self-promoting on Reddit because it's frowned upon. But here and there, we get a couple of interesting posts on Reddit. And they deleted. We still have our own Reddit community for Ghost Cult, and all the posts were going there. And then I started to post in there and conversated there. And Reddit deleted our channel for suspicious behavior, which I was like, auto posting all my posts there. What a mess. But anyway, thanks for being here. We'll see you in a couple of days. I'm going to peace out, drink the last of this backwash. Dale's Pale Ale, probably one of my favorite beers. American Pale Ale by Dale's. Oscar Blues is the brand. And thanks for everybody being here. Thank you for wishing me well. I appreciate everybody. We'll see you in at least in a couple of days, if not sooner. Thanks, everybody, and good night. Peace out.